Alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. We're continuing discussing the importance of guarding the tongue. And this is the second lecture of this series. We spoke yesterday about the importance, the different hadiths that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us as to what failure to control your tongue will end up doing to you. And so today what I want to do is go into detail about backbiting and gossip, explaining what these two things are and the dangers of them, okay? When we talk about backbiting, first of all, what does it mean to backbite? Backbiting is when you say something about a person in their absence that they would not like for you to say, whether it's about how they look, about how they practice their religion, their worldly affairs, their character, their children, their family, anything that they would not like you to say, and what you're saying is the truth, that's backbiting. Say, for example, I don't like anyone knowing how much money I make. But every time you talk to somebody about me, you're going to tell people, oh, Layla makes $50,000 a year. You just backbit me because I don't want anyone to know how much money I make, even though I do make $50,000 a year. This is an example of backbiting. You want to say something about a person in their absence that they would not like for you to say, even if it's about their family. Say, for example, I have a sister who is on crack. Or I have a brother that's a drug addict. And I don't like people talking about me and my family, but you want to tell people about my family, you've backbitten me. Okay? Or say, for example, I have a big nose, but I'm very self-conscious about it, and I don't like people to talk about my big nose. But when I'm not around, you're busy telling people, oh, Layla has a big nose. Guess what? You have backbit me. Or even say, for example, I don't like people calling me mean. You think I'm a mean person, and you know I don't like to be called mean. But every time you talk about me when I'm not around, you say, Layla's mean. Guess what? You have backbit me. So that's what backbiting is. And as you guys can see from that explanation, so many of us indulge in it. So many of us backbite people all the time. You may not do it intentionally, but we're doing it. You may not think you're hurting someone, but you are. So again, remember on the quiz today, we talked about how the effect that not guarding the tongue has on your good deeds. All the good deeds I do every day are being thrown away because I'm saying things out of my mouth. I'm backbiting people, saying things they would not like for me to say. So we have to be careful. And not just with words, but even when we write. Because again, we live in the days of social media. You may type on Facebook or type on a blog something about someone that they don't like. Oh, he's a blind. He's got a limp. He's a bald head. He's a tall. He's black. He's white. He's yellow. And they don't want people to know that about them or talk about them that way, where you've backbitten them, even though you've written it. Or if you want to refer to a Muslim as being a sinner or a thief or a deviant, that's the word. He's a deviant. He's an innovator. And that person doesn't like that, and you're typing that crap on Facebook and stuff, then you have backbitten them. Okay? So again, guys, we have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful as to what we say about people out of our mouths. Be careful the things that we say. Even if you say a person is poor and that person doesn't like people to know he's poor, you've backbitten him. To talk about somebody's father or parent, say you say, oh, his father's a taxi cab driver. He doesn't like people knowing his father's a taxi cab driver. You've backbitten him. Remember, guys, the Prophet told us that whenever two Muslims come together, our honor, our life and property is sacred with each other. To attack my character, to attack my family, to attack my job or think what I do for a living, all of that is part of my honor. Even to say, oh, Layla wears dirty clothes. Layla wears old clothes. Why come Layla wears the same jilbab over and over and over again? You're attacking my person. You're attacking my honor. You're violating the sanctity that we're supposed to have as Muslims. Does everybody see and understand what I'm saying? So again, backbiting is a serious sin. And again, so many of us indulge in it, you know, without even knowing that we're indulging in it. And as a result, we end up losing so many good deeds each day. So what about gossiping? If that's what backbiting is, what does it mean to gossip? Okay, gossiping. This is when you take information that you hear or you know about someone else and you convey it to other groups of people with the intention of trying to cause dissension between them. Okay? Say, for example, you don't like that sister on Facebook, but you see she has a great following. So you go to the people that are on her Facebook page and you're sending them emails attacking that sister's reputation, her honor, because you want them to not, you know, deal with her anymore. Then this is gossip. And Allah hates a gossiper. People who gossip are worse than people who backbite. Everybody understand that? And can you figure out why? Why is it that the gossiper is worse? Because I'm taking what I hear and conveying it to everyone I come in contact with the purpose of trying to cause problems. And that's why Allah says in the Quran, in the interpretation, meaning, woe to every slanderer and every backbiter. A person who gossips is just as bad as a slanderer. A slanderer is a person that says things about other people that they don't want you to say about them, but what you say is a lie. So gossiping is just as bad as slandering. Okay? Because again, the intent is to hurt someone. And this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever goes around spreading gossip will never enter paradise. That's the punishment. If you lived your life gossiping against other Muslims, going around telling bad things that you've heard about other people because you don't like them and you want to see them fall, then guess what? You will never enter paradise. We have also another hadith where the Prophet walked by two graves and he said the people in these graves are being punished. And one of them is being punished because he used to spread gossip. He used to go around spreading the bad things that he heard about others to others with the intent of trying to destroy and cause problems. So this is one of the sins that the people are punished the most for when they are in their graves. Okay, from that hadith there, guys, there'll be most of the people who are living in their graves are being punished for gossip. Remember, what are the two main reasons why most people are going to be in hell? Failure to control the private part, failure to control that tongue. What's one of the number one reasons why people are being punished in their graves? Because they couldn't control that tongue. We also have a hadith whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked his companions, do you know what backbiting is? They said, you mentioned something about your brother in his absence that he would hate to have mentioned. And then someone said, well, what if what I'm saying is the truth? He said, if it's the truth, then you've backbitten him. Okay, but if what you're saying is not true, then you've lied on him. You've slandered him. Your blood, your money, your honor are sacred. So we can't go around doing that. Again, even if it's somebody that you don't like the prophet said in another hadith, guys, if you don't have anything good to say about another person, just shut up. Don't say nothing. If there's a sister on Facebook that you just don't like and don't have anything good to say, delete her off your page or keep your mouth shut. Don't put nothing on there. We have a hadith whereas once the prophet's wife Aisha, she was very, very jealous of Sophia. In fact, all the prophet's wives were jealous of her because she was so beautiful and she was not Arabic. She was Hebrew. Okay? So one day Aisha said to the prophet, "You're taller than Sophia. She's so short. She's too short for you." The prophet became angry. He said, "Oh Aisha, you have said something which if it were mixed with the water in the sea, it would stain it." In other words, he was letting her know that what she said about her sister in Islam was backbiting. Aisha felt so bad, she went and repented. She asked Allah to forgive her. Okay? So again, we women really suffer with this. When we're jealous, we suffer with jealousy. It's easy for a woman to say something bad. Call me fat, call me short. Oh, she's fat. You want to call me fat because you jealous of me? Well, guess what? You just big backbit me. You done lost some good deeds. Was it worth it? And again, guys, everything that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us came from Allah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not make stuff up. Allah tells us in the Quran in the interpretation and meaning, the Prophet does not speak from his own desires. Instead, it is through my revelations. So everything that the Prophet told us is what Allah told him to tell us. So when you come upon these ignorant Muslims that tell you, "Oh, I don't want to hear any hadiths. I don't believe in hadiths." Guess what? They're not real Muslims. Because how can you be a Muslim if you don't believe Muhammad or Rasulullah? We have a hadith where as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when I was taken up through the different heavens, I saw some people that had fingernails made out of brass, and they were tearing their faces and their chests with them. I said, "Who are those people?" And I was told they are the ones who will eat the flesh of people because they dishonored them by slandering them, backbiting them. So again, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be in the hellfire, in your grave, eating the flesh, tearing off your face and your chest because of the horrible things you said about other people because you couldn't control your mouth because you were jealous or whatever. And also the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said one of the worst forms of interest is being condescending in regards to another Muslim's honor. In other words, to try to demean someone. This is the worst type of interest or usury you can do. You want to demean me, put me down, destroy my reputation, my honor, my character because of whatever, because you don't like me for whatever reasons that are, and your reasons are personal anyway. You don't like the way I look. You don't like the way I speak. You don't like how honest I am, how outspoken I am. That's your problem. Does that Allah give you the right to demean my character, destroy me as a daya? Also, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "A Muslim is the brother of another Muslim, and being so, he does not betray him, nor does he lie to him, nor does he abandon him. All of the Muslim is sacred to another, his honor, his money, his blood. Fear and obedience to Allah is in your heart, and it is evil for a person to look down upon his fellow Muslim." You want to demean me and look down on me because you don't like the way I speak. You think that I'm too outspoken. That is your problem. You may hate my outspokenness, but Allah probably loves it. So again, guys, backbiting, gossip, these type of speech are all evil. Okay? And again, the human was created to be evil by nature. We're attracted to what's bad for us. It's part of our nature to want to put other people down, to try to destroy other people's character and reputation because they're more popular than we are, or because they're more intelligent than we are, or because she's more beautiful than I am. But we're going to have to fight against that. Fight against the urge to do those things. Okay, so we'll stop right here for today. Tomorrow we'll continue by speaking more about the dangers of failure to control the tongue.